all of the concerns raised in this honorable court and in the public, one can view it as an alternative way to have guideposts. And since they are not constitutional, there will probably be leeway, Your Honor. Since this involves the budgetary process, this involves how money is spent. Again, that is one view, Your Honor. And without detracting from the power of the court, the view of the OSG is caution, Your Honor, because it is an awesome power and it is a most difficult decisions. Do you make the bright lines now, but when you do that, they become constitutional? Or do you allow the political branches to make statutory guidelines? I fully understand if the guidelines are again not perfect, there will be more litigation. But again, the advantage of that view is you let the political branches make the correction, Your Honor. That one we submit to the court.
The court is decided to come together and deliberate on this with all possible speed. So that part of the apprehension that we will not be able to act in due time is not really a serious concern. But what is of greater concern to me right now is to imagine Congress again embroiled in a debate, trying to fashion and draw the constitutional lines that may have been blurred simply because of the practice of 22 years, where there has been participation in budget execution, where you basically have possibly really less economy of time than if the court were to move forward and rule with definitive clarity on the issues that have been presented.
Again, with respect, Your Honor, I would submit that the House of Representatives has, I would characterize with all deliberate speed, from the time the COA report was publicized, I would say with all deliberate speed, the executive branch expressed its reservations, and in very quick order, the House of Representatives Appropriation Committee struck out PDAF, and in very short order, on second reading, struck out PDAF and made the new allocation. In a week's time, Your Honor, they will meet. My understanding is in about a week or 2 weeks at most, they will have on schedule a third reading of the bill, and that will be sent to the Senate. And again, Your Honor, at this point, the House of Representatives will be very mindful not only of the special provisions, but of all the general provisions to which we have been made aware of today.
Thank you, Solicitor General. I have no further question. Justice Carpio.
Mr. Solicitor General, you are asking this court to defer or delay or dilly-dally in resolving this case to allow the political branches to craft a resolution of the PDAF issue. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You remember, counsel, we were students then, and the president then, President Marcos, through the OSG, pleaded here in this court that he be allowed to shut down Congress, to issue decrees, to rule by decree, to reform society. The court agreed, unfortunately, and we had a disaster for several decades. Now, in the 1986 Constitution, the framers, to stiffen the spines of justices, put there that the power of judicial review is not only a power but a duty. And they even gave this court an extraordinary certiorari power to strike down any act of any branch of the government that constitutes grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack of jurisdiction. It is our solemn duty. We have taken an oath to faithfully apply the Constitution. And you are asking us to defer, to suspend the performance of our solemn duty to faithfully apply the Constitution. I think you are asking too much of this court, counsel. Let me move to another point, counsel. You are asking us to lift the TRO to release the PDAF. But the executive department has announced several times, and even up to yesterday, that they have already abolished the PDAF. So why are you asking us to release PDAF, to lift the TRO, when you have already announced that you have abolished PDAF? I do not see, it's irreconcilable. Can you explain, counsel?
If Your Honor, please, the statement of the President immediately or almost immediately after the release of the COA report was to suspend the PDAF insofar as the so-called soft projects were concerned, Your Honor, especially wherein...
So it is not true that the PDAF has been abolished?
The PDAF, Your Honor, has been abolished because as of the second reading, it is not...
No, I'm talking of the 2013 PDAF, which is the issue here before us. The balance of the 2013 PDAF is about 13 or 14 billion pesos. Has that been abolished? It will not, the President will never touch it again? Or why are you still asking for the release?
As I was trying to say, Your Honor, the President said to stop the PDAF insofar as the soft projects, Your Honor.
Okay, so it hasn't been completely abolished.
But it has been stopped because of the TRO, Your Honor, and the executive...
No, I mean, outside of our TRO, if we did not issue the TRO, the PDAF would be implemented still for the hard projects. Is that what you're saying?
No, Your Honor, especially not on the hard... The President said stop releases, especially for the soft project where you cannot find out if there was a delivery or not.
So was it actually stopped or not?
It was... The process to stop it, Your Honor, was started, and then the TRO came.
That's why you are asking us to lift it. So you don't want it abolished, in fact.
It is not our function, Your Honor, to have it abolished or not. It is...
So does the President have the power to abolish the PDAFs? That's Roman numeral 44 of the General Appropriations Act of 2013.
Our position, Mr. Justice, is that the President has a general power to stop releases, Your Honor.
That's not my question. That's not my question. My question is, can the President abolish Roman numeral 44 of the General Appropriations Act of 2013?
Not abolish in the sense that he can abolish, Your Honor, but since the President has the power to release funds, then the President may stop the release of certain funds.
So you are saying that the President has the power to impound the funds of PDAF. Is that what you're saying?
As a general proposition, yes, Your Honor.
As a general proposition, but it applies to this particular case. The President is invoking the power to impound.
In a general way, yes, Your Honor.
Does the President have the constitutional power to impound under our Constitution? Where is that power to impound, and under what provision is that?
That's why, Your Honor, I'm saying, as a general proposition, the President has the power to speed up release or not to release. And whether, as a whole, it is to impound is an open question, Your Honor.
He can impound in the sense that at the start of the fiscal year, let's say the budget is 1 trillion pesos. There are several projects, several programs, but January 1 of that fiscal year, the revenue collection is enough to fund only 50 projects. So he has the power to prioritize. We will only fund 50 projects. That is his power. But assuming, and this is highly improbable, that on day 1, January 1, there is in the National Treasury, free from any obligation, 1 trillion pesos to fund the entire budget. Does he have a choice not to fund any of those programs or projects?
That is why our answer, Your Honor, is a general answer.
What is the General Appropriations Act a law?
It is the act of the Congress, Your Honor, appropriating or setting aside certain monies.
But it is a law.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the President has taken an oath to faithfully execute the law, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so the President cannot refuse to implement the General Appropriations Act, correct?
Well, that is our answer, Your Honor. In the case, for example, of the PDAF, the President has a duty to execute the laws. But in the face of the outrage over PDAF, the President was saying, I am not sure that I will continue the release of the soft projects. And that started, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not...
I will grant the President, if there are anomalies in a project, he has the power to stop the releases in the meantime, to investigate, and that is Section 39 of Chapter 5 of Book 6 of the Revised Administrative Code. That is the power to suspend further expenditures, to suspend payment. But it is just to suspend, because there could be anomalies, and you have to because of your oversight power, you have to investigate. But that is not the power to save money. That is not the source of savings. You just suspend it temporarily. So at most, the President can suspend. Now, if the President believes that the PDAF is unconstitutional, can he just refuse to implement it?
No, Your Honor. As we were trying to say, in the specific case of the PDAF, because of the COA report, because of the reported irregularities, and this court can take judicial notice, even outside of the COA report, you have the report of the whistleblowers. The President was just exercising precisely the duty to stop certain parts of the PDAF, Your Honor.
And that is correct. You've seen the COA report, there are anomalies, you stop and investigate and prosecute. He has done that, but does that mean that PDAF has been repealed?
No, Your Honor.
No.
PDAF remain until this